Just want to take the moment to take off some rose-colored glasses that people be wearing sometimes. And I saw a new side of the world recently. I took a adventure. I went on an adventure, and that was great. And I met some real people, and I did some real things. And I really had to have a lot of realizations and come to accept some things. And within all of that, there's an acceptance that there are people out there where you are. There are people out there trying to get where you are. There are people out there who will stop you from going to where you are. And so I come here standing at the crossroads, and that's kind of not where the journey begins. You know, I stepped off as the fool and have one cycle completed as I am on April 30 today. We begin the full moon cycle May 1st, tomorrow, and this is a reflection point. And I just got back from my journey where I actually physically carried everything I could possibly carry that I own with me to a whole new place. And it was daunting and it was overwhelming and it was more than I could bear, and it took me out of my comfort zone completely. And God bless America. It was, we're celebrating 250 years of the constitutional agreement between some, non-natives to the property where they landed and what kind of took over, right? So, hey, God bless America. And I mean literally God bless humanity here too. So in 150 years, if I recall correctly, I'm at 66. Gotta love the trade routes and all that they do. Chicago waterways and all the way down into California. You got a trade route is amazing. We should keep all trade routes open. I believe that's fair trade means all peoples, all things, all communities, all commodities, all everything fair trade. If it's worth something to me, it could be worth something to you, and if it's not worth anything to either of us, why the fuck are we playing with it? Anywho, but there's a grounded reality in the earth of motherness and being out, and I was, went out and stepped out into like the homestead rung, and I met beautiful people, and I met real people, and I met honest people, and I saw people who live the life that I know, that I've been to. And along the way on this rung that I'm climbing up, there's a climbing up of every mountain. So I leaped over from my comfort into another zone, and I took a parachute with me, and I hope it, I'm like, oh, I hope my parachute opens when I pull my ripcord, because I'm landing on Mount Homestead, and if it doesn't open, then it's gonna hurt, right? So I landed. Thankfully, where I landed, there was a very nice cushion, and I didn't get hurt, but I got a little bruised. Didn't feel great, but you learn, you recuperate, you regroup. And I came home into a home base where thankfully I have a support team and a crew, and they are called family, and you've got to love family, and we do, and we work through things, and it's a strive some days, and it's a blessing always. So we're regrouping, and as we set out on our fool's journey, we turn to the page to, tarot from 0 to 1, and so we are going into our May Day tomorrow, May 1st, and happy Beltane. Blessings to all our pagans as the black bird flies across and makes his caw sound. Yeah, I never know a crow from a raven. I've been trying for years. Yeah. And there's so many birds. So many species. It's amazing. They all just have beautiful messages, no matter what you believe. Everything is a meaning that resonates with us for some reason. Figure it out. Energy is everything. And I don't mean that in a consumerist way. I mean that in a resonant way. If you feel me, you feel me. Anyway, many blessings and peace to you all. And grounding into reality. And oh, one more thing, because that's where I started, the rungs. So I'm standing here and this is my rung. And as long as I'm alone on my rung, I'm okay. But there is always some consideration for the ladder. And so you can think of a staircase, you know, the Aztec, the Mayan, the way the rice fields are, you know, or the rung of the corporate ladder, you know, everything has kind of this elevatory or deceleratory scope to it. If it goes up, it goes down. Up, you know, there's no existence on the plane that isn't even, you know. So as I sit here on my rung of this ladder where I preside, everything is fine as long as there's no shaking inside, no shaking outside, no one's on my rung. But if I am attempting to climb the rung of the ladder of where I am by reaching out like in such a way, you know, it's in an ego way to say, oh, I need more followers to build my audience, I need more people to respond to me, you know, and send out that vibratory, you know, request, both verbally, but how do I frame it mentally? Am I at ease with it? If I am true with it, hey, yeah, I'd like some more followers. Why? Because I have a message to share. Duh. You know, and so as I stand in the crossroads, I have, you know, what do I do and why do I do it? That was the question of the day. And Tierra Whack, Unemployed, was a song that we used in the background. We love that. And what to do? Got a job I gotta do, and that is to talk to you and to share what is in my heart, but in a collective, real way. And I do follow some collective readings, you know, and I follow all the moon phases in the astrology. And and I went to my, you know, Neptune line, and you know, and does it take much to learn a lesson? No, not for a fool. A fool says this isn't for me and moves on, you know. Because that's what we're told, right? But there's a whole lots of stories. And I work through the masculine and feminine energies, masculine and feminine energies in me every day, because, you know, for my girls out there, homegirl, I ain't not a girly girl. I'm a tomboy girl, you know. Love that song too, Tomboy. And shout out. And boss girl in a man's world. Anyway, love all the peoples. And for the men, if you got mommy issues, you love a strong woman. You like a verbal woman. You like a woman who's gonna stand up to you because you didn't like the way your mom was, whatever, or you got used to seeing a certain dynamic and it works for you. Well, I'm a very outspoken, you know, dominant, strong woman in terms of like my mental and my physical, and you know, like what I'm gonna do, because you know why? I got some daddy issues, but I ain't looking for a daddy. Okay, that boat sailed. But you know, but every single day I can sit and work about what that dynamic looks at in me and how do I do that. And so some of the dynamic I have not really faced and looked at is like the child parent relationship, because I'm now working through what it means. Oh, so I guess we're now on this archetype journey too, as we're doing like the whole tarot journey. You know, we've been on the archetype journey, so we're working through the archetypes. And so the parent-child dynamic relationship, so do I have that? Can I see that? What does it play out in society? How does that look within a religious context, depending on what religion you are? How does that look within a societal context, but depending on what society you're in? And the scope can only be so large, and there's always only so much input and all these things. And how does it play out in the world, and politics and consumerism and on and on and on and on. The Eye of Odin is tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, please, people, catch a wave, take a break, breathe, you know? Like, there's so many choices out there. Stop being willy-nilly with yours. Okay. Anyway. Oh, the rung of the ladder. So when you get there, you find that if you want to go a certain way, there are going to be people above you who are helping you to get up, and there might be people pushing you down. If you've ever seen the meme with the man with the snake and the lady, and she's like, "Why won't you grab my hand?" And he's like, "Why won't she reach up?" And so we never know what people are going through, but we can see how their actions directly or indirectly are affecting what's happening around us and to us. So what do you do, and why do you do it? Do I try to mend a relationship that continues to be broken? Or do I step over the broken parts so I can continue to work through my path? Okay? So there's the broken rung maybe, but that can be, is somebody helping me over here to work around and go around the broken part? Or do I got somebody over here trying to get my fingers pinched in the broken part so that I continue to hurt myself? Or is there somebody, once I get past that, now I've got somebody going, oh man, they got ahead of me. Nah, come here, come back, you gotta help me. No, come back, you gotta help me. Or are you just like, man, you're the one that was trying to pinch my finger. I ain't helping you. So you have to think about it in terms of, what do I do and why do I do it? In every action, to everything in your environment. And the more that's in your environment, the more you got to do that. And it's a yo-yo oftentimes. We spiral in, spiral out, spiral in, spiral out. And we feel like we don't make any progress because we keep seeing the same thing. It's because we haven't broken that cycle yet, because we're still examining the evidence. Stop examining the evidence. That's what Spirit's telling you. The evidence has been presented, and if you have not seen the signs up until this point, you are blinded by the light. The lie of some spiritual religious expectation of peace and normality and all eternity. But honey, you are in peace, eternity, and all now. All of now. You are in eternity, peace, and now, and all of now. This is your moment to normalize and scope. Normalize your scope. Normalize your scope. Come down and bring it into a blessing in this moment and say, okay, here I am. What am I doing, and why am I doing it? And it's to spread a message of centeredness, because there's a lot of chaos in the world. To unplug from the things that are not. Acknowledge what is. Just breathe. As your every moment can be the start of something new. The Fool's journey also comes to a conclusion in some way, as we are only firstly starting one thing one time in life. The Fool. First out. One life. Find out. One life. The Fool. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Follow the aces. Bring yourself to the swords. Journey through the threes. Balance on the fours. Five is new in the mix, and it adds you the opportunity to see some new tricks, make some change, assess, reevaluate, see how you can continue to to handle everything that's going to come through. Because it's going to get more, right? It's going to get more. What is to one who can handle it, more will be given. If you can't handle it, it's going to get taken away from you. And if you're still complaining, even more is going to get taken away from you. If you're still complaining, even more is going to get taken away from you. It's not that hard, right? It's not that hard. But if you're a real, like, listener to the people who said, you know, that tell you, I don't know, I wasn't there, but somebody wrote it down and it's been propagated. Jesus said, you know, take up your cross. Okay, well, your cross is what you bear. Well, what do you bear? I bear my skin when it's hot out, because, you know, and then you bear a sunburn because, you know, I'm too fierce. Like, I gotta burn up, you know, I gotta work through it. I gotta be here a couple thousand years first, you know. You listen to somebody who got something like melatonin, melanin, whatever. Listen to some people. Okay, they know their ancestors have been here. They know. They're trying to whitewash it like they do everything. They know. You can't whitewash. You can't whitewash the energy. The energy can get a white paint, a coat on it. Like coat of paint, but you can't. Yeah, Joseph in the Technicolor dream coat. Okay, I diverge. They call me neuro. I got off track, but also in 2, Jesus said, from what I'm told, to take only your cloak and your staff, to shake off the sand from your sandals, or you are not welcome, to move on, to carry your message forward. Not to get stuck, not to get hung up, not to fight, not to yell, not to battle, not to this, not to that, not to pledge allegiance to a flag, nothing. God never, Jesus never, God no, hell, what the? Anywho, God bless America, I love you. Jesus Christ, and Mary, Mother, Jesus, and Joseph, and, you know, all the good things. Censorship. I love all peoples, I love all humanity, and I honestly just feel like saying that and want to bless everyone who would happen to come across this video. And you can insert any, almost any noun or pronoun, whatever, he, she, it, they, them, idea, thing, ideology, whatever, whatever I said triggered you, whatever I said I didn't include, you know, God forgive me for what I did, for what I did not do. But I want to speak today on some truth, that there's a reality out there that sees beyond the illusion, that had the thing and chose not to continue in the thing. I stepped outside the system, and the system isn't as bad as it looks when you keep your rose-colored glasses on. And being outside of the system is more than a lot of people knew that it took. Like, they couldn't do it because we got away from our ancestral truths. We bought into the toxicity and colored it green, said it was good. There's a lot of things. Think about it. Just think about it. What do you do? Why do you do it? Question of the day. Peace out. Much love.